Alright guys, Touch Grubby back again today. Hope you're enjoying your Sunday so far, and today is the final day of the Call of Duty Modern Warfare season. One match to finish us up with Dallas Empire versus the Atlanta FaZe. Dallas with the advantage in this one, but the two best teams in the game in terms of seeding throughout the regular season match up once again in the grand finals. A number of storylines to talk about here, especially regarding the rings. Does this season necessarily count? Is it going to have an asterisk in future? But when we look back in, 5 years time, 6 years time, we're probably going to consider these to be a ring, because I mean, the players are going to get a ring right, and they're going to put them on their fingers. And Clayster and, Sypien and Abizi both going for back-to-back rings. Pretty incredible stuff that's even possible. We're going to talk about a number of things about that over the coming minutes here, because if Dallas Empire win, a number of things change, really, in Call of Duty history, I believe, especially because Karma, can he hold on to 3 rings forever, being the only player to do that? If Dallas Empire win, that will not be the case, and he will be joined by Clayster and Crimsix, of course, on that Dallas Empire squad. Number of things to discuss here. Like if you guys enjoyed the video, subscribe if you are new as always. I would greatly appreciate it. Intrigued to hear your thoughts in the comment section below, also on who you think is going to win this one. First of all, though, from Tony Flame over at Treyarch, working on dialing in the next CoD while watching the best in the world compete for millions at Champs. I love this job. You just love to see this from Tony Flame. He was he attended some of the events in Black Ops 4. I remember seeing him when I was at CDL Anaheim. So yeah, it's just great to see from the Treyarch developer team that they're working on the next CoD, but also definitely keeping an eye on the professional scene. And you just love to see that synergy. Hopefully that continues into next season. Could be a good thing. We get this from Hastra as well. He's talked a number of times, of course, about how well his organizations do at the World Championship. Envy, of course, been the best performing organization at the World Championship throughout Call of Duty history. Out of 7 CoD World Championships, I've taken our team. It's not like he's necessarily taken the team like he wasn't on the sticks, right? But you know what he means. I've taken our team to 4 grand finals. We need 1 more win today to make it 5 out of 8. We are the best performing organization in World Championship history. All eyes on this prize. So, yeah, certainly another storyline to think about there. Clayster has an interesting point, to be honest. Funny how everyone thought there would be a drastic shift to online, but the top 3 that were predicted on LAN, Dallas Empire, Atlanta FaZe, and Chicago Huntsman, are the top 3 online once again. Maybe mid and bottom of the pack teams got affected, but winners will always find a way to win. TJ makes an interesting point about, if you're starting a winners round 3, certainly helps with that, but then again, Clayster and the Dallas Empire and Atlanta FaZe earns that top 3 with a lot of online victories that they had throughout the course of the season. We get this from Clayster again. So we meet again Sypien and Abizi. Of course, the trio that was on the squad last year on the United team, and we had all those guys in the top 3, right? Arcades, Pristini, I mean, what a team that was, to be honest. Clayster, and then Sypien and Abizi. These two will go at it tomorrow to see who gets the better of them once again. Clayster, of course, got the better in the winners final yesterday, absolutely destroying Sypien on that, Ramazza Game 5. Will it turn around for the Atlanta FaZe? Definitely possible, but Dallas with the advantage, as we will look at. This is another thing to think about here. As you can see, right at the top of all-time Call of Duty earnings, or this is just all-time console player earnings, Crimsix and Clayster are 1 and 3 right now. If they win this weekend, they will both go above $1 million overall earnings. So Crimsix is going to be number 1 regardless. But yeah, if they do manage to get over this hump, that would be pretty remarkable. And Karma and would move down into 3rd place, I suppose. And both of these guys would eclipse $1 million in total career prize money earnings. That is, not something to be scoffed at by any means. This, I thought, was an interesting comment here from Spaceman. Tomorrow will be insane. JCap and Karma are the only 2 players who currently reside as back-to-back Call of Duty World Champions. So JCap did it from the Advanced Warfare season on Denial into the Black Ops 3 season on Team Envy, and Karma did it in the Black Ops 2 season on Freako Impact into the Ghost season on the Complexity Squad. They will be joined by 1 more tomorrow. It is guaranteed. Either Clayster or Sypien and Abizi going back-to-back. I mean, if Sypien and Abizi go back-to-back, that is just incredible. Like, what a start to their career. They've not come on the scene too long ago, especially Sypien, where really he just first had his, first appearances in the middle of the Black Ops 4 season. I think Sydney or London was his first event back in May 2019. Since then, he's won a World Championship, has become MVP, and now he's, arguably MVP of the entire season. If they do win this, he may be MVP of the finals or the Championship finals. Who knows exactly who they give it to. Maybe he doesn't necessarily deserve it. I think I would give it to Abizi personally, but an absolutely unbelievable showing for these guys. And as he says, there will be a back-to-back World Championship winner at the very least. This is how the bracket looked in the end then. So Dallas Empire, Atlanta FaZe. Dallas to start up 1-0. Just to explain this very quickly, Dallas start with a 1-0 advantage, but it still starts with the hard point, right? They're not like just saying that Dallas won the hard point. They start 1-0 up. They start with a hard point. They play what would typically be a best of 5 series. Hard point search, domination, hard point search, and then it goes back to a dom, back to a hard point, and if necessary, all the way to, I suppose, a game 9 search and destroy. So if Atlanta win the first hard point, immediately it's a 1-1 series. and we go from there. If Dallas win the first tower point, they go up 2-0 technically, even though they've only won one map. So it's definitely still some advantage for Dallas. I believe they will get the V2 advantage as well in terms of choosing which maps they want to ban out first and getting good sides on the majority of the maps, which certainly is going to be another advantage of the Dallas Empire. I believe they should get that advantage coming from the winner's side. So yeah, Dallas certainly should be favourites here, but Atlanta could definitely do it, right? And especially when we look at what the history is between these two teams over the course of the season. And I feel like if FaZe can tighten up some of the search and destroy mistakes they were making consistently yesterday, they could definitely give Dallas Empire a good run for the money, because there's 3 search and destroys in this one potentially, and we know how good FaZe are in that mode over the course of the season. Couple of things to mention first though, the Game Fuel, I guess game day featured player as they call it, got decided last night. That is going to be Clayster. It's just impossible not to respect this guy. I mean, like, what he's done throughout Call of Duty history, the fact that he was playing back in like COD 4 tournaments over a decade ago and is still competing with the best young players in the entire scene for world championships and doing it again and again. I mean, what a player this guy is, you know, and still turning up in clutch moments as we saw yesterday in the Ramaza Game 5. So yeah, remarkable talent, and he's going to be the Game Fuel like featured player or whatever. Would be really cool if they had an option like they had in the past, I think on like MLG TV, where you could just like watch one specific player's POV the entire match. That would be cool, but you know, they'll be on board with him quite a lot throughout this series, no doubt, because sponsors, baby, that's where the money comes from. The other thing to talk about was this one from the COD League: Black Ops Cold War beta codes, CDL Champs knife blueprint and customization items, all available if you watch the World Championship Grand Finals. Now you have to watch this via either the Call of Duty website, so you go on the website and the YouTube stream is like embedded in the website. You can watch it there and like the viewership, you know, the rewards will kind of count up at the bottom. You can also watch it inside the in-game app, I believe, or inside the app on your phone, something like that. If you watch it there, then you get opportunity to access this. There's 10,000 beta codes to be won if you guys weren't aware, and some other customization items available as well if you if you watch the World Championship Grand Final starting 1 PM Pacific, 4 PM Eastern Time, as you can see here on screen. These are the matchups then so far this season between Dallas Empire and Atlanta FaZe, and Atlanta FaZe certainly got the better of them pretty much the entire season. Only at the Chicago weekend did Dallas Empire actually win. Since then, a couple of Game 5s that Atlanta won, and Dallas hadn't won a Game 5 against Atlanta all season long until, of course, the World Championship Grand Final. In the winners final, they go to Ramaza and have a pretty comfortable victory, to be honest. So certainly it looks like Dallas have significantly improved. Atlanta FaZe were making some fundamental mistakes, but that win that FaZe got against Chicago was not an easy one at all and did require certainly some clutch factor from them. So I do think the Dallas Empire were favourites. I was actually going to favour them into this series regardless, even if Atlanta FaZe actually won the winners final. So certainly I'm going to favour them now, but you do have to think about the possibility that they go into this one, and Clayster was talking about how proud he was of the team and all this kind of stuff, and he's certainly not taking his eyes off the prize by any means. There's still a job to be done. Dallas still have to win 4 more maps to win the World Championship Grand Final, which is going to be far from easy against a squad as good as the Atlanta FaZe. They won 3 yesterday though, so definitely not something which has passed them. But at the same time, you're going into this 1-0. There might be part of your mind that thinks, okay, we've already won this, we have the advantage, like, let's just close it out, boys. And FaZe might be more of a nothing to lose situation where they're coming in with the disadvantage. Let's just go balls to the wall and see what we can pull off here. And you know, it's possible that Empire come out slow in this series and FaZe come out firing, and all of a sudden it's a 1-1 game and we're just we're playing down to the death, which is certainly possible. But I do think Empire will close it out something like 5-3, something like 5-4. If it does go to the to the game 9, that would be just remarkable. And well, I wouldn't be surprised if it does, to be honest. These two teams are very evenly matched indeed. But as I talked about, I do believe that when Clayster and Crimsix, you know, come to play on this championship Sunday, I think it's going to be tough for FaZe to get over the line. And I do think that we've seen some consistent search and destroy mistakes from FaZe this entire tournament. Can they tighten that up into the into the final day? I think it's going to be difficult for them to significantly improve on some of those mistakes they're making in the 2v1s. The communication seems to be chaotic at times, and I think that Dallas Empire's communication is probably the best in the entire league, with that mix of veterans and young talent on the squad. So I'm going to favour the Dallas Empire. Intrigued to hear your thoughts down in the comment section below though. Thought this was cool as well. I had a look at the bracket predictions that are going on right now. Diesel and these are the top 5. Diesel right now at 111 points, and the winner of this, the winner of the best bracket, obviously there's no perfect brackets, which would have been the $100,000 win, but I mean that was just going to be basically impossible. But the winner of the best bracket wins $10,000. So this is a big deal. I had a look at a couple of these brackets to see what they were predicting. Diesel predicted a 5-4 win for the Atlanta FaZe actually in the grand finals here. So if that happens, he's going to walk away $10,000 richer. But the second place player had Dallas Empire at 5-3 victory against Atlanta FaZe, which I think is slightly more likely. But if anyone gets this exact score right, the score multiplier is massive here. here, so definitely there could be a lot of leaps, even from like 20th place all the way up to first, if they get the perfect score in the grand finals. Not out of the question. Wanted to leave you with this as well from Zoomer's dad. Thought this was funny. Crap, my dad is acting up on Instagram again. Just kind of replied to things like we smack subliners. He comes back with this one, which is pretty funny. Then he replies to this, dominated your son. And so, well, he's not exactly taking that one. So, yeah, thought this was pretty entertaining, to be honest, from Zoomer's dad. And I'll leave you once again with a clip from Chance on stream yesterday, which I just thought was absolutely hilarious. The eyes and like the reactions from Miles especially just absolutely cracked me up in this. I might play it a couple of times because it's just so funny. Thank you for watching as always. Enjoy the Call of Duty later today, and I will see you next time.
Come out, but it was what 6-7 fucking defenses like in a row in final. But it was what 6-7 fucking defenses like in a row in final.